So I picked up this dresser off of Facebook Marketplace for free, and I'm going to use it to put on my front porch actually for my summer flowers. And so I'm going to go ahead and finish this off, take this green off, which is not my color that I like, not a color that I like. And I'm going to sand it down and probably just keep it the natural wood color that's underneath here. And so this will go on to my front porch for my flower decor, for kind of set it up, maybe put a lamp on it or something. I'm not real sure what I'm going to do. I'll definitely open up the drawers and you can put, flower pots inside of there. I'll either line it with something or at least put a drainage dish underneath the flowers so that the wood doesn't get ruined. But yeah, this is a really good deal. She popped it on Facebook Marketplace, and as soon as I saw it, I told her I was interested. She said she had one more person in front of her. She let me know she didn't hear from them. I said I could pick it up, within the hour, and she messaged me back and said, yeah, it's available. So I went and picked it up from her. Very nice lady. Her and her neighbor helped me load it into my truck, and here it is. So I'm going to actually try and get this done today so I can finish a project, because I have several projects going on right now, especially since it's nice out and it's not raining. I have a lot of gardening projects, of course, that I'm working on, but my goal is to finish this today so I can at least have one project under my belt. So hopefully I can do it. Had a little bit of a rain delay yesterday, so it poured pretty much all night long and I wasn't able to finish my project that I was hoping to get done in one day. So I am back at it, and hopefully I will get it done today. So in order for me to get in these grooves, to get the paint out, I am going to have to use some paint stripper. I'll leave that on for a little bit and then scrape it out. Hopefully this stripper is good. It's been a while since it's been used. Just gonna shake well. Get it in there. Put it on kind of thick. It's a little dusty in there. Probably should have dusted that off before I put this on. So we'll give it a few minutes. You can see it kind of loosening up right now. So we'll give it a few more minutes. So you can see it's kind of bubbling up here. So I'll just take my scraper and gently scrape it out of there. And the reason I didn't want to sand this, because it's hard to get in those grooves and then you kind of flatten that out. So I didn't want that to happen. So you just take a couple passes through, and I finished sanding down the dresser and all the drawers, and now I'm going to vacuum them out of all the dust, and I will give them a wipe down with a wet cloth, wettish, bring it out as much as I can, but try and get up as much dust as I can. And then I decided to paint them. I'm going to do a chalk paint. I'm going to make it like a chippy paint. I have some crackle and I have some Vaseline to try and get that chippy crackle appearance on it. There's just some spots on the wood that are not liking how they turned out. Probably sanded them incorrectly, and so there's some lighter spots on places on the wood, and so I think the chippy white is going to look really cool. It's going to have the farmhouse look. And so yeah, I'm just going to vacuum these out and clean them up, and then I'm going to start painting. So I'm kind of experimenting with this drawer to get a chippy look with the chalk paint. Right now I have a crackle. I put a crackle underneath, and I put the chalk paint over, except the first time I put the crackle on, like I did here, I didn't let it dry on here. I just read the instructions. So, word to the wise, read instructions first. So I just put another few spots with the crackle to try and make it chippy. So then I'll let this dry, and then I'll put another coat of the white chalk paint on there and see how that works out. And so then I went ahead and put the, get your nose out of there. Get, back up. Good boy. So I put the crackle here, and this is drying. You can see it's still kind of shiny, so you gotta wait till that dries. And then I'll put the white chalk paint over. Usually you're supposed to have like a base color. Like some people might put like a black down and then do the crackle and then do the white, or you could put a gray down or whatever. But I wanted some of this wood to show through as it's cracking and chippy looking. So it's kind of what I'm kind of experimenting with. I haven't done anything with this drawer yet. I'm kind of leaving it for a second to see how these work out. I want to keep this, so I have to figure out how not to cover that, or maybe I'll just do a light wash over it and then wipe it off. And then I have the dresser to do. As you can see, there's just some spots on here that, you know, I was thinking I would just do I wanted to be distressed looking was my goal. So I think that this chippy white farmhouse look will look good. So yeah, I'm just going to let this dry, and then I will put another coat over it. I did put the handles back on because I wanted them also to kind of blend in and have that chippy kind of look. Not fully covering the whole thing, but you know, just giving it that kind of vintage look. Make sure that they're not sticking on there. So let's see, there's just a little cracking, which is, I mean, this is the perfect way to paint if you aren't worried about it being very smooth. So we'll see how it goes, and I think it's going to turn out pretty good. All right, so this is dry. I'm going to go ahead and put the chalk paint over the top. So here is the crackle. This is the first coat of paint, and the crackle is starting to come through that I let dry first. So I'm liking how that's turning out. I'm going to let this dry, and then I'm going to put some more crackle on top of that. And then this is the first drawer I did. It's got a little bit of crackling going on, but I am going to put some more on after this one dries and see if I can get it to be a little bit more chippy. And this is the other one. So they're coming out pretty good. I do like how it's turning out. So I will continue to do layers of crackle, let that dry, and then another layer of the chalk paint, and hopefully get some pretty thick chips out of it. So this is the crackle. I'm going to put it on the whole top here. going to go ahead and put another coat of crackle on. I don't have much left, but I do have Vaseline, which is supposed to have the same type of crackle effect. So if need be, I will grab that. So I think I'll do the whole thing. Like, I can just do parts of it, but I'm just going to do the whole top. Maybe I'll experiment on one side with the Vaseline and see how that does. So now I want to distress it even more. So I'm going to try a couple of things. I know sanding will work, but I am going to try my heat gun first and see if I can get some like bubbling and some cracking that I was kind of hoping for. So I'm going to go ahead and try this and see how that works. So I did the technique on this part where I kind of globbed the paint on and put the heat gun to it. So I'm going to scrape this off. I have some chippy pieces here. So I'm going to finish this and then I will come back and show you what I'm going to do I have 2 more steps to do before the final finish on it. So I'll show you the next step in just a minute. So I'm not real thrilled with, like after I scrape this off, some of these. I did go over it again with some white paint, but I think what I'm going to do is thin out my chalk paint with some water and then just go over and do like a wash, and we'll see how that looks. So I'm going to go ahead and put some chalk paint in here, add some water and mix it up and thin that out. So I'm still not thrilled with how this turned out in the shadows there. I don't know, I was trying to distress it with the heat gun and get it to be chippy. I think what I'll do is I'm going to sand down the top, just really wear it down, because the top will probably be covered by a lot of things, like plants and stuff like that. So I can't mess it up. But I'm just not real thrilled with how it looks. So I'm going to sand this down a little bit, and then if I like how that turns out, then I'll sand down more on the sides here and on the drawers themselves. So let me put you straight here. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to sand the top down and see how it looks. So I'm going to start with a 150 grit, which is like a medium, I guess. And see if I can get it down to what I like. And here's my fit check. This is my DIY in progress t-shirt from DIY Danny. If you're not following her, you should. She's awesome. I love her content on YouTube here. This is my second pair of gloves from the Dollar Tree. First pair I blew through. These are a little bit different. They have like that rubbery stuff on it. So we'll see. We'll see how this, how long these stand up for, because It'll probably be my last time buying cheap gloves because I go through them like crazy from the Dollar Tree. Get myself a good pair. So, all right, I'll go ahead and start sanding this down and see how it turns out. All right. I know there's some furniture purists out there who are not going to be happy with what I'm doing, but I'm liking this. I'm going to go ahead and do the sides and the rest of it, and it'll turn out great. Before I put the dresser on the front porch, I need to clear everything off, and I'm going to give it a good cleaning with the power washer, including the siding and in the corners, and get all the dust bunnies out of there and all the dirt. So that's what I'm going to do first, clear it off, and then give it a power wash. So I think that's what I wanted. I didn't want it to be flush against the house, so I'll go get the drawers. Beep, beep. Luckily, the people that I got this from, they had the drawers marked, so that's handy. Alright, I like it. I think that turned out really cute, considering all the work I had to put into it for that look. I do like it though. So what I'll do is probably, I don't know, I'll have to play with it, but I'll open up a couple of drawers and put pots in there with flowers, something trailing, put something up here, maybe a lamp or something. That would be cute. So I'll put the other stuff back. I'm not sure how I want it to look when I'm done with the final look, but I can move stuff around or take stuff out and put stuff back in. I have to get flowers, obviously. Of course, it's all going to depend on the plants that I get and the extra things I'm going to put on the dresser. So these I like. These are solar. So I'll keep these probably down on the ground. On the corners here. These pots here, I was gonna put like smaller, kind of a ornamental, maybe type shrub in there, but I might just do flowers this year. It's gonna look so cute when I get the flowers in there. Maybe like 2 inches of the edge. So that's 3. Okay, so this side needs 2 more. I like this chippy paint. That one with character in front. Oh shoot, did I get enough? I did not get enough. Gosh darn it, I don't know how to count because I was counting 4 but not 8. Dag nabbit. I'm gonna ding that. Alright, go back and get more bricks. Math is hard. Alright, hopefully I counted right this time. Alright, final board. Alright, I think that's gonna look cute once I get some pots on there, and I'm gonna try and use all terracotta pots. I have some that I got at a estate sale, and hopefully everything will get sun as it comes over my house. So I think that'll be cool. There we go, my happy place. This is Jessica's greenhouse where I get a lot of my flowers from. I'm not sure how many I'm going to need for the front porch, but I think I'll just take them all for now. And if you haven't noticed, I'm going for a pink and white theme for the front porch. Huh? It's more flowers. Matter. Fit this somewhere. I'll have to come back for it. Now I have to gather the pots. Alright, so I have some other pots here. So I'm going to pick through some of these, figure out which ones I want to use. That should do it for now. I'm trying to do all terracotta, but I don't have a ton of them. So we'll see what I get through, and I'll have to use what I have or go get more. We'll see. So my plan is to use the back of this as my potting table. So now I gotta figure out what pots I want to go in what, and where I want to put them on the front porch. So, yeah, that's what I gotta figure out. So I think I'll just pot them up and then I'll figure that out. I paid way too much for this potting mix, I think, because I got it at the greenhouse. Because I didn't want to get this done tonight. I paid $39 for this. 2 cubic feet. What's it called? Pro Mix. It's good. Looks like it's packed in here pretty good, so. I should get a watering can. compost, but I don't put my weeds in the compost. I put them in the burn pile. But anyway, let's see what we got here. These are nice. Do a white in the middle and pink around. That sounds good. Let's put the white in first. One down, several to go. And go ahead and put this in. Hopefully it'll grow up and over. I also have these I wanted to put plants in, like a pot in. And I'm going to do a couple of these sizes for the drawers. I'm going to put these in the top drawer because you're not going to see them. Put the other ones in the bottom drawer. All right, sweatshirts on because it's getting chilly out here. I'm hoping one brick is enough to put it to raise the flower. So that one should be good. That one down there. That one there. And plastic. For that. Go ahead and close it as much as I can without squishing them too much. And once they start growing, they'll hopefully fill over, right? And then I have two for down here. Let's see. I think it was these two. And there you have it, my not so ordinary vintage inspired front porch makeover. I had a lot of fun adding extra things like this solar lamp made from ceiling fan lights. I love how this shelving unit turned out. I love terracotta pots. I wish they could all be terracotta. I'll have to finish collecting them. And the fern, got to keep that watered well. I'll have to hand water all of this so that it doesn't ruin the dresser. I picked up this sun catcher at a craft fair. It's another solar light. So I'm really excited how this turned out. I really love it. I love coming out here and looking at it. It gets afternoon sun and evening sun, pretty shiny here. And I just put some bottles on there and some other little things to decorate it. I'm sure I'll add more as the summer wears on, and then I'll come back and show you how the flowers are growing, and hopefully they will be flowing out of the drawers and it'll look even cuter. This is Jeannie from Makers Unify. Thank you so much for watching, and have a DIY day.